Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Bowder speaking, and welcome back to another episode of... Oh, hold on. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of wax, of course. So yeah, it feels like forever since we just last sat down and did a proper live stream. Actually, it was yesterday, but on this channel, it feels like forever since I sat down and did a proper live stream. And yeah, that's because that's because I've just not been doing well on different days. Some of the days is because, I had a premiere, or other days is because I was on the Butter Bunch or whatever. But part of it, at one point, I was just like, I got a headache that was so bad at one point. It did not feel good to be vertical. I said as much in one of KW's Baldur's Gate streams. But yeah, things have been fine today for the most part, right up until I sat down in this chair. I don't know if that's a sign or not, but we're gonna we're gonna hope it doesn't get worse. Speaking of KW, she did just do a Baldur's Gate stream, and also just decided to join this one.
Hello! Yes, I thought I could join this live stream after I just finished my live stream.
Yeah, based on the amount of energy you've got right now, I'd say you're either on adrenaline high from streaming for this long, or something major just happened, and you want to talk about it. Oh, by the way, I fixed the lights. Anyway.
Both. So what's happened? I said, okay, before Jacob up our live stream and everything, we're gonna explore everything on this area because I am 100% completionist on this game. I don't know why. I just want to 100% complete everything, and then it's like 3 minutes left
I'll
before
be
you
around
actually.
the steering for the longest time possible.
We have 3 minutes left. We're like, oh god, can we actually explore this last part of this map? Can we do it? Can we do it? And we did it. So we're just like, yay, we did it! Oh, check out this live stream. We better go. It's KWL. Goodbye. See you next time.
Wow. Well, I guess it all worked out for sure. No, you here. We've also got Ghost Kitty, and we also have Troublemaker. Troublemaker. Yeah, that's your middle name. Whoa. Anyway,
A lot of
anyone
stuff
remember
happened.
that song? Anyway, yeah, I'm the Troublemaker. I'm taking up. T-Pop is busy with stuff. I'm taking over today. Well,
Okay,
fair enough. I'm getting a feeling that your schedule might be identical to Treat Pops for some reason, so I'm gonna go ahead and begin, because that might mean you might not be here for too long necessarily. How can I? Treat Pop told me about you. What did Treat Pop say about KW? Now I'm curious.
Right? Like, did she get upset with me saying something about how AI is bad? Boo. Since, she's gonna use AI from now on, like Maddie.
Oh yeah, I did. I do remember that being brought up.
We actually talked about AI in the live stream, talking about, oh yeah, the video games have AI, and that's fine because that's what they need to, do everything. But like using the right songs or stories, that's like
Okay, yeah. See, this is the thing, because obviously AI has been a term for years. I mean, for crying out loud, the first time I heard the term is when I watched The Matrix as a child. Don't ask me why I watched The Matrix as a child. It's not a children's movie, but we're gonna ignore that for right now. But yeah, like it's absolutely just a technical term that has been used since since the dawn of itself, I suppose. But but yeah, when people talk about AI nowadays, they mostly mean generative AI, most of the time talking about generative text and images, because those are the things that are actively threatening the livelihoods of writers and artists respectively. That's when people say AI is bad, they mostly mean those things. They don't mean when people say AI is bad in video games, they mean the NPCs are glitching out. That's different.
My boy Sorian, he was confused today at my live stream.
Oh, okay. I was going to say he clipped through a wall or something.
There were times where I thought he was, because he's like, we're just like exploring exploring, and he keeps getting stuck on like mushrooms or whatever. And I'm like, buddy, what's wrong with you today? I gave you my blood. Are you drunk or something on my blood?
Darling, please help me. I appear to have fused with the tree. I know I'm supposed to be your knight in shining armor, but for today, just for today, could you please unpick my body from this gigantic trunk of wood?
I can literally hear him saying that, to be honest. I can see that.
You know, sometimes when I do impressions, people just close their eyes and then just picture like the characters and the imagery. Anyway, my song be better than oily Mars. Oh, okay. So yeah, okay. So that's a reference to what I said earlier. Yeah. Also, so you've got a song for yourself as well. Actually, I do remember that Treat Pop, well, the series Treat Pop and Trust Pop is going to have a song at some point because we've seen teasers for that a little bit. Yeah. Not sure if that was before or after the AI thing. I don't really know.
Okay.
Oh, okay, here we go. Once again, Captain Jack's no food. All right. Every now and then, Cheeseburger gets, you know, like a second wind, I suppose, and then comes back and it's like, I have another food pun to the Jacob stream.
Right.
Anyway. Well, speaking of the Jacob stream, we probably should actually go ahead and do the thing. So
I know Pirate Me is back. Pirate Me is back.
Yes, that's correct. Well, I mean, today is an episode about the Star Tribe itself, so we are going to get an origin. The reason I put in the description that, you know, what season 3 without an origin of someone is because that was when we got the Super Pop's actual origin story in Turtle TV. But yeah, this time instead of the heroes, it's the villains. And yeah, I think we have gone to. I don't remember if it was that we found out some details about the family or there were some flashbacks, or just because we have an Eli feature in the chat sometimes, maybe we got information from there. But I do remember a little bit of to do with them, how it was essentially a lot of them were a family business. So
Yippee!
Yeah.
Villain origin story!
Exactly. Time for an angsty flashback, something, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Without further ado, on with the review. What is going on? Open? Oh, okay. So, all right. So they're playing charades. Okay, got it. Yeah. Because I was gonna say, like, we talk about a cold opening, because there was no indication, like in the last episode, they're gonna be in this situation. But yeah, we don't necessarily need something, but it feels. I'm so used to them like establishing where they are in every scene that now seeing them actually just like cold open in some sort of reunion, I guess. You know, it feels bizarre, even though it shouldn't. And I'm pretty sure this is another crossover with the Blues Pops, particularly.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see. Like, what's her name? Winter Pop. I think that's Winter Pop.
Yeah, that's Winter Pop, and then the center, I think that's Magic Pop.
Okay.
No. Move something? This is where, like one of my like, I guess, sort of like, I guess, like I'm gonna call it an intermediate editing technique. It's not very advanced, it's not very beginners, but you know, it takes a little bit of coordination, but it's not too hard to pull off. One of my intermediate editing techniques that I do sometimes is whenever there's a crowd and you have to, you know, cram in a bunch of characters on screen, sometimes more than Gacha is programmed to do. In this case, we are at the exact limit because it's 2 roots of 5. So, but yeah, sometimes when you're like at that range or a little bit above or below, then then what you want to do to give characters all the space instead of like, jumbling them up in one place or have risking somebody being behind them is you would want them to the square player with camera angles. So if you zoom into whoever's behind Magic Pop right now, then then you could just like remove her from the screen for a second, frame that angle, and then that's just designed to be behind the person. If you want to go a step beyond that, then you can play around with layers and try what I did in People Above, which was cast a shadow on a particular person. No one noticed, it wasn't worth it. So yeah, just do the other one. Open a box and then move it. It's an object. Oh, is it a box then? I was gonna make the same joke.
Right.
No. Oh, is it a book? My guess is door, actually, because we've got like a bit of like a motion here with a key potentially and like opening up like a door, but I don't know.
Oh no, Ghost Kitty.
Yeah. Yes, Magic Pop is Maddie's pop form. So yes, that is technically Maddie on screen right now. Yes! Okay, it was book, fair enough. Oh, she was taken off the shelf. Got it. Okay. That's some good mimicry for I guess miming, I suppose, for limited gacha moves. Anyway, one more point for us. Your turn now, Jen. Okay. Sorry, ladies, to interrupt your sleepover game night. Oh, we were in the middle of playing charades. And they were going to play Snap or Go Fish.
Snap! What is... I heard of Go Fish and charades, but Snap?
Okay, I've heard of Snap. So it's another card-based game. So it's essentially, everyone is like placing cards down all at once into one particular pile. Everyone takes turns, and if you place down the same card type same card type, I guess the same like I bet the same card number it's supposed to be or symbol, then as the person before you, then someone has to say snap, and usually you have to put your hand like down on the pile before you do that.
Okay.
Sometimes not, but yeah, that's how. And then the person like wins the cards. I think you're supposed to get all the cards. It's been a while. There's a version called Pokemon, actually. Oh, I think that's a photography game. That might be something different.
Yeah, Pokemon Snap is a photography game.
Fair enough. I mean, you could very much play Snap with Pokemon cards. You just take much longer to get a match, I think.
Right.
Depending on how big your collection was.
Cause Kitty, Snap, Crackle, Pop!
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I heard...
Crackle, Pop! Anyway.
I heard it's a very tasty cereal.
This is true, yeah. Again, I apologize, but I have just received a message. Karina sent it. Karina from the Star Tribe, in case anyone forgot. What does the message say? I will play the message and you can... Sorry. I will play the message you can watch and listen for yourselves. Lost the voice for a second there. What the heck happened? Hello, Jazz Pops. It's been a while since I have talked to you. I vaguely recall them teaming up at some point, but I maybe that was like a Alliance of Convenience thing, or maybe there was a trap. I don't remember exactly. I hope you're all happy and healthy. Okay, maybe it was more of a Alliance of Convenience then, because if she's being friendly with them. I have to be very quick and very cautious about what I'm about to tell you. I'm about to tell you a story. I think it is probably time for you to know this. Oh, so the entire like message is gonna be the story. Okay, I thought they're gonna go like meet her at some point. She's gonna tell them. I won't be able to tell it in full, as I don't want to get caught, but I will say as much as I can. I mean, if it's in the middle of a distress message or something, then... Oh, I guess she might have limited time if she's being watched. This is the story of how the Star Tribe came to exist. It started way back when the Cloaked Master joined the Bunglers. He went by his real name, Nebula, back then. Oh, story time for Troublemaker to get comfortable. Troublemaker, but like, are you like Kawaii-chan? Do you refer to yourself in the third person? Anyway.
Oh, I saw Troublemaker is asking who's many. And just some rando. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, yeah, don't worry. Full video still pending. I'm on part 7 editing. He quickly became one of the most crafty bunglers in the group. His plans succeeded more often than not. Okay, so those are the original Super Pops, or at least 4 of them. Because I believe by this point, one of the actors had left the show in Totally TV, although I thought it was the one who played Peyton, who is on the screen right now, / Power Pop. So maybe I just got the order wrong, but these are meant to be the Super Pops themselves. Some of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, God, someone pops his hair.
Unless Crystal Pop is in the wings right now waiting to, you know, come in and save them. In fact, he was the one who came up with most of the plan to separate the Blues Pops. That explains a lot, actually. But also, did the if that plan succeeded, did the Super Pops just stay captured? Because we've seen them in other projects after this, like as cameos, so they clearly escaped. I mean, maybe they escaped later or something, like they were in the lair for some time, and it just so happened that, you know, he brought them back, so his part was a success. I don't know.
Right.
I see Nebula. Last time we saw him was in Ballet Pops. Yeah, which obviously chronologically happened before this, but, you know, release order wise, yeah, that was not that long ago.
Sorry, I'm just clearing my notifications real quick because they're bothering me.
All right. It's Asterion again. Help me! Help me! Help me! To like several distress calls.
No! Shh, sorry.
And then...
No, this is like... sorry, I'm right now busy in another live stream, not my live stream.
Hello, my beautiful flower. I appear to have fallen in quicksand. Do you happen to have rope in your bountiful collection of items that you have in your oh-so-natural resourcefulness collected over the years? Or however long we've been traveling for, probably, I don't know, weeks or something.
I have to check once I look back in the game, Astorian. I am busy fighting some monsters in Minecraft.
Oh, well, thank you. At your convenience, of course. You are, after all, always oh so kind to me. Why is that so funny? Just the idea of Asterion being always his smooth, suave self, but at the same time being in the most dumb distress situations of all time.
Because he's literally like that in the game! It just makes sense!
Okay. Alright then. Oh, because at some point I'm just like I'm adding to my growing list of potential characters to play in D&D. Like, you know, I'm adding smooth, flirtatious guy that is constantly in terrible situations and actually cannot live up to his own self-confidence. Anyway, I I also recently came up with a siren that got bored of, just the same genre of music all the time and now travels the world having defected from her sisters to try and learn like new genres of music and just I guess experience life on the surface. So kind of like Ariel meets Lucia from Mermaid Melody. Anyway, so this is probably my favorite villain, maybe. She's my favorite character too. Okay, alright then. Design-wise, is my favorites for sure. Anyway, eventually Celestia joined the Bunglers too. They became partners in crime. And then partners for real, like this. Yeah, eventually got married and had a son.
Wait, what? Why?
Oh, the son is that, I'm pretty sure that's like young Regel, which raises a lot of questions. I didn't know that. I didn't know that Regel was Celestia's son this whole time. Oh, okay.
What?
That's a well-kept secret. I can see now why there had to be a secret distress call now. This is valuable information for the for the enemy, I guess. They named him Regel after the star in Orion. Now that name makes sense, and why it's pronounced like that. But one day, Dr. Ruin, or Dr. Kittens as he was then, got into an argument with Nebula. I will say it would be nice to like actually hear kind of what I mean, maybe because Karina wasn't born at this point, she wouldn't really know the exact things that they said, but I guess that's why we can't really do a flashback of this. Because I was hoping there'd be some, as far as the origins would go, we'd actually, see them like in the moment rather than just having the entire thing be narrated. Nebula was tired of the Bunglers trying to get world domination. He thought it was way too ambitious. And if they succeeded and ruled the entire world with evil, then almost everyone would hate the Bunglers. Unlike the current Star Tribe right now, who everyone still hates. What's his end goal exactly here?
Hey.
Roses are red, cacti are prickly, honey bunny are emasculated quickly.
Yeah.
Well, we're going over the basics, yeah. Who made this series so entertaining, and where is Dandelion Pot? I don't know where Dandelion Pot is necessarily, but the person who made this was Flowerpot 1300. It's the link is in the description. I always link the original video in the description. I'm not Sniper Wolf.
I love you.
Anyway, Dr. Kittens tried to persuade Nebula into staying, knowing that the Bunglers could lose one of the best if he left. I can actually see him doing this because Dr. Kittens was stuck with just all of the idiots, basically, as Bunglers, up until Siphony joined, pretty much. But his attempts were futile. He couldn't give a good enough reason for Nebula to stay part of the team. Even promising large prizes if he stayed didn't work. I think that's meant to be like large rewards, kind of. Yeah. Nebula had enough of it. That day, Nebula left the Bunglers. He took his family with him, and my parents too. That was a bunch of people. So clearly that was like a much heftier loss to the Bunglers than we're kind of like letting up to, because like Nebula left. Okay, that's sad, obviously, because he's one of the their prime assets. But he also took like 5 other people. Anyway, after that he moved on and stayed in the shadows, moving on from the Bunglers and trying to forget his history with them. And after a few months, he gave himself a new name, He called himself the Cloaked Master. Basically, he found this. He found this one cloak in Marks and Spencers, and he was like, "Okay, this is my new look now. This is my entire identity." Then the Star Tribe was created. He gave my parents new names, Arcturus and Spiker, so they would fit with the group name. And he made the rule that whoever joined would have to stay loyal to the Star Tribe forever. I mean, this, which is kind of interesting, is kind of like what I like to call it's a variation of the Kronos effect, I think, because if essentially, the Cloaked Master himself, or Nebula, betrayed the bunglers and didn't stay loyal to them forever, but he doesn't want the same thing that he did to happen to him, so he decided that that was going to be the first thing to sort out. Sort of like how Kronos was like, well, I toppled over my father's rule, so I better make sure it doesn't happen to me. I'm going to proceed to eat my children.
Oh, hello, William! Welcome to the show. Hello. Been a while.
Don't know the context going into this. Well, this is an origin story, so I need to know much of the context right now.
Yeah, this is a villain origin story.
Yeah, they received a distress message from one of their enemies, sort of, and someone who grew up in basically what's rapidly becoming a cult. So essentially, this is like the entire origin story of how they're going to be. Also, True Pop is breaking free apparently. So okay, well, good luck with that. Nice to have met you, Draw Maker. Good luck with Oily Mars.
I don't know.
I have a question. Yes? Why are you telling us this? You ask too many questions. Now sit down and listen to the story or else. We don't take kindly to questions around these parts. Anyone found breaking the rules would suffer great consequences. You know, what a great thing to do to your friends who just defected this organization to support you, is to make them feel intimidated into staying in the same thing that they were doing again to support you. This is what I kind of wonder with like the original Death Eaters, sort of, because the Death Eaters kind of started off as it's like a random like school organization. They didn't really do much at all. They were called like the Knights of Walpurgis or something like that. I don't actually know why. And then eventually they changed their name to Death Eaters. But yeah, I wonder because like the rest of like lots of other people who joined during the First Wizarding War, they were intimidated in doing so, or they thought, okay, we're gonna boost our own ranks. They're fighting for pure blood supremacy, and we're behind that kind of. But then by that point, Voldemort was like, oh yes, betray me and the consequences will be severe. Yeah, so like that, but I'm wondering, like, did he do that for like his original followers? They weren't like proper friends, but did he also intimidate them in some way, or did he just like convince them? Were they already super loyal, or were they allowed to resign? I have no idea. That's one of the things I think about. It's like, how did we get from this point to this point?
Yeah, why do you swear loyalty to a guy that might kill you eventually?
Yeah, because you can't start out like that, especially if you're, a student in the middle of a school. So, yeah, that's not going to fly. So, yeah, like, how do you start out like that? Like, if he just started, like, in his mega powerful days, getting, like, new followers, then maybe. But I guess, like, I'm sure there was some carryover from the Knights of Walpurgis, at least. Anyway, I will come back soon. Pace out. Mahahaha. Obviously, the last of me. Mahahaha. All right, then.
Okay, then.
And Fox appears. So, not the person we were expecting, but, there you go.
Hello, Fox Puppeteer. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well.
The Star Tribe stayed hidden for a very long time. Nobody had heard the name. They were kind of a very terrible organization then. They just did nothing and stayed hidden. Hopefully they went out to get food or something, at the very least.
No, they have to starve. That's how they prove their loyalty.
But yeah, here come the children.
Here comes the
I
children.
think something. I think that's a bingo for Bon. But anyway, yeah, I think something happened to the parents in one of the other stories, that one of the other flashbacks we had, way earlier than this, but I don't remember the details. Maybe that's why there's no overlap as far as like how old the kids have become now. Because yeah, they did very much grow up in this area, and also and Regel's grown too. It wasn't really until the jazz pop started to form that the group started doing things. I do remember that. They just kind of, out of the blue, were like, ah, so you're the jazz pops. Well, my name is Rigel. Nice to meet you. We'll be doing things shortly, I guess. Maybe, I guess that kind of makes you wonder, because if the Cloak Master's not interested in world domination, then maybe he's kind of like Megamind in a sense, you know, like he's motivated to defeat like a rival, whoever it might be, but as soon as he's done that, he has no idea what to do with himself anymore.
Oh.
Maybe that was why. I mean, if anything, he came up with the plan to, like, you know, separate from this mortal coil, the Blues Pops. Yeah, I guess very much it is kind of like they were his Metro Man in a sense, and now this, I guess, would be Titan following that pattern. Anyway, Tree Pop is back. Tomigami tied up. Oh, okay. Get over here. I can't, boss. I'm all tied up. I don't care how busy you are. Get yourself down here. That's from Bugsy Malone. And when you defeated him and made his plan fail, he made up a new one. He decided to search for some new additions to the group, the ones that he'd kept in the shadows doing nothing for years that were probably not prepared for this, weren't prepared for this. Some were easier to get than others, as they had history with other villain groups. So yeah, we've got Castor and Pollux, and I can't remember one of the other ones, I think from the Zodiacs. Did the Zodiacs split up? Because I thought they were still in operation. Because Castor and Pollux were like 2 episodes ago.
Do not remember, to be honest.
I'll have to look back at that. I guess this is also in the past, so maybe the Zodiacs formed after this? And they lucked out by hiring Castor and Pollux, who fit the Gemini description. And before long, there were many new additions to the group. It was like he had a purpose, so now he has a family for that purpose.
What?
Oh my. And that's all I can really say. I think you said everything that they would need to know, necessarily. I mean, we the audience are more curious, but like as far as they're concerned, yeah, that's a fairly comprehensive history. Because also they already know that Karina and her 2 siblings also grew up underneath the Star Tribe, so they know that by now. Oh, Troublemaker, okay. Please don't say anything about this. But I hope you found the information useful. Of course, there is a lot more to the story, but it will help you understand a bit. And you will learn the rest in due time. Even though this was meant to be the flashback episode, but yeah, sure. Oh, and also one more thing.
Stop with the hand! Stop with the hand! I saw that!
Next week, after your performance, listen to the radio. Okay, sure, what station? Oh, there we go, specifically the Jazz Channel, okay. 45.9 The Jazz. There you go. Even villains can start families of their own. They can, yes. I've one of my ideas for parody pops actually was that the main villain actually was like kind of like outwardly tries to portray himself as like the typical, you know, villain boss idea, but then you find out that he has like a 5-year-old daughter, and so he has to like immediately whenever the daughter's around, he switches personalities entirely, becomes like your like your typical good father. I got the idea from a ProZD sketch actually. It's like if he doesn't talk, break his kneecaps. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, so you're saying that the Susie did this drawing in art class? Well, that's very good. Like that, basically.
Wow.
That was my idea. So basically, yeah, like whenever there's like a parent teacher conference, like everyone knows in the school it's like a known thing that he's like the super villain, but they just all respect the fact that he's there and not causing trouble because his daughter's school. So it's like they have complete immunity. I was considering as well, but like, would he have like friends in like, you know, like in the PTA? Would he like be more involved in that? So I kind of like spiraled that idea. So yeah, at some point that's definitely going to be a villain in the project. Anyway, Karina, please hold me. Pops, he's holding me hostage. Here's a gun to my head. That's enough out of you. It's past your curfew. Nighty night, Pops.
Okay, then.
Yep. There is something very important that will be said on there. I hope you can win this time. Wait, what time? There's nothing's happening. You said during your next performance. Is it a challenge for them? Are they gonna be in danger? Because you said there was information for them. You didn't say that they have to like win or lose anything. Jazz Pops can't be defeated after all. Man, Karina's just like, you know, just a spy for them now. She needs to be like taken in by Majesty as like a political refugee or something like that. We all know she knows how to kidnap people. And protect your identities. Be safe. Oh, you are like 4 episodes late on that one, I think. Something like that. Well, maybe 1 episode, actually, because the Star Tribe, one of the Star Tribe members actually found out, saw the Jazz Pops all transform, even though they didn't need to. If anyone doesn't remember last episode, what happened last time on the Jazz Pops was that they went to do a talent competition. They called for contestant 36, who had been kidnapped by one of the Star Tribe members, in order to be, you know, replaced in the lineup. But just with the contestant not showing up, suddenly they were all like, "I think it's our cue. All right, Jazz Pops can't be defeated." They transform, and then one of the other Star Tribe members sees them and like, "Well, yeah, of course they did." So, what was the plan there? So Karina might not know this, but their identities have already been compromised, very much so, from their own stupidity. It may Adam cope up with a plan for the right-hand man. The villain is a daughter who's too young to understand his job, so he hasn't told her. That's erring more on the dramatic side of that trope. I'm mine is more, you know, if Megamind had kids. If DreamWorks makes a Megamind 3 and doesn't like show off like Megamind with a family or something, then I want to see some like half blue mutant alien spawn, please. Like just running around. I'm not a trailer person, but if I see that in the trailer, I'm like, okay, I need to see this story.
I hate that I can't imagine that being a movie.
Oh my god, wait a minute, hold on. It can be a spin-off, Mini Mind. DreamWorks.
Oh my god!
And it could be like a school drama or something as well. So it's like Mini Mind picks out his own rival, but it's just basically like the Jock, like whatever the small child version of Jock would look like, basically, is the rival. And then and there's like a complex like machine or like some sort of like huge plan or something in order to intimidate them. And then obviously like half of the movie realizes that he has to like switch off his own device because it's like, oh wait, this is just a child. What am I doing? And then has to try and like save everyone and the entire school. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe as a minion instead of a talking fish in a robotic suit as the school mascot. There you go.
God.
Just throwing out ideas there. Oh my goodness. Anyway, and protect your identities. Be safe. Yeah. Stand up for what's right and don't let us win.
Wow.
What's that downstairs? Nothing.
Nothing. It's a video game. They have to say something stupid to get a cash prize.
That sounds like you yes-anding as Kawaii-chan sometimes. Just like pull out the most random nonsense and we're like, yeah, of course that's how it works. Yeah, totally. Anyway, I will say, Fox, I don't think the Jazz Pops know they've been discovered yet. And I'm remembering the last episode, actually, from another competition. I think it was the Disco Pops that got found out that way. But the Jazz Pops got found out last episode, but they don't know because they didn't see that they were seen, as far as I could see.
They
You see?
don't know anything that's happening right now. They don't know. They're not even kind of stupid. They don't know. They're heading towards the end of the cliff. They don't know.
That took a dark turn. Okay, all right then.
To do that.
I was just like, okay, I'm not going to say anything because then she'll stop. I'm just going to let this bit run its course and then we'll see where it ends up. And it ends up with them not seeing a cliff and probably driving off it. Okay. All right then. Elizabeth meant to be here when reviewing her series? I mean, not necessarily.
Always. She likes to be here, but that doesn't mean that she always have to be here.
Yeah, most of the time people just show up on their own. That's just sort of how the YouTube recommendation system works. Because, yeah, as much as I like to review things made by a creator directly to their face, unless it's like organized beforehand by them, like with YouTube Pop, then usually I'm just like, I will pick a random time. I'm like, I want to talk about Jazz Pops today.
Mm-hmm.
Or like there's like a recent upload or something, and I'm like, oh well, you know, this a new Klamai episode came out. You know, I'm sure that Kid was going to show up anyway, but just in case, I will be sure to in the direction. But yeah. Oh no, he's coming! Yeah. Actually, wait, no, it's more like a because the toys all have to smile. So yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Yeah, you went for like, you know, like hard like plastic toy with
I was like,
and I went with like stuffed doll flopping down. But yeah, hey, they both work. I mean, it's okay. I was just wondering. I mean, as much as I would love to have the means in order to invite Rosie Closey onto Gacha Review, that's probably not going to happen. So I will continue to read the Music Freaks with the other people who are there. For example, I will try to help you as much as I can without being caught. Unfortunately, that isn't very much, but it will hopefully guide you to your victory. I will tell you more of this story, but I'm afraid I only put it enough quarters for there's like a few minutes. So any moment now, the transmission will just like cut out, and I will probably end up in the middle of a sentence and just being. That's how the transmission ends. And don't forget to sing when you win. They probably won't. They're preparing the song "Ha Ha, We're Better Than You" for a whole season now.
Ha ha, we're better than you. Ha ha, you suck, you lose. Ha ha, we're better than you. Next time, think your stories through.
If people don't quite get that, that's a play on the jingle that I have for retcons on My Street 5 years later. But like, and Gacha View too, actually. Yeah. Okay, this, for example, is what we're kind of used to. It might not be tomorrow because I have 5 years later episodes to do tomorrow, actually. So I will probably at this time I'll be on Twitch and Facebook Live exclusively. But yeah, I'll probably have some. I want to do like an AFMAL pre-recorded premiere before that point. But we'll see. So probably the day after tomorrow is when I will get to episode 6.
Wait,
Actually, hold on. I'm not caught up with you yet. Am I? So it'll probably be like a different episode potentially, because you know I haven't started with. I haven't done any of season 4 yet. I'm pretty sure.
But the question is, how long is episode 6?
How long is episode 6? Well, I guess we'll get to that point once we finish season 3. However many more confusing installments that may involve.
Yeah.
Anyway, I better be going. Goodbye, Pops, and good luck.
And she dies.
Yeah.
The end.
Well, I guess we know now. I never knew the Cloaked Master was a bungler. Oh, that must have been... We must have just seen that in one of the villain scenes from season 1, because I remember learning that. Me too. You mean me neither, because, you know, it's a negative. You didn't know. I wonder what the announcement on the radio is. Some competition that you have to win, potentially.
Nearly 3 minutes, says Tree Pop.
I mean, yeah, okay, yeah. For the record, it was Dream Pops that I had the issue with episode runtime before. Yeah, that was Tree Pop's sister. Yeah, Tree Pop herself seems to be fine with that. Oh, can you hurry? This is already cutting up longer than you paid before. By time let's go. Time is limited. All right, I'm out.
Wow.
Speeding up towards the end. That's the most real thing ever. I guess we'll find out next week. I hope it isn't really bad. Oh my goodness! I just had a visual of a visual of like, I don't know how this would like be pulled off in like the Owl House or something, but I just pictured in the Owl House for some reason for communication like this they would have like some sort of like demonic equivalent. So they would have like, I don't know, maybe like like this giant monster that like blows a bubble or something. You speak into the bubble, and then like when when the bubble is fully formed, that's when the message gets sent off. And then when it plays the message back after it finishes, it pops. So you just see the person being like, "Okay, right, I'm gonna go, like, bye."
I also just realized something.
Yeah.
Look at all the characters' hands. Do you see what I see?
I didn't at first, but I do see it now. Classic Earth. I was like, they couldn't be all backwards, could they? Nope, just one. Do you all see what I see? What I know? What I see? Something like that. I don't know the exact Anyway, I guess we'll find out next week. I hope it isn't really bad. Same, I think it's probably the start of the next big plan, though. Which they announce on the radio. What are they, Amon and the Equalists? Not everyone has to do that, you know?
Where you first set up?
Just setting up for the deep cut. Yeah, that move is usually reserved for, you know, overconfident villains. Mostly. Sometimes justifiably so, like with Amon, but like, yeah, the Star Tribe are usually a bit more Actually, wait, what am I talking about? In Season 1, they just constantly referenced the fact they had a different plan at some point they were leading up to, and they never... And then the big plan was nothing. So, what am I even saying? I guess we'll have to see. It's definitely... Well, that was definitely an interesting story. I should have got the popcorn out for it.
How? With your broken hand?
Up.
Dang it, I missed that! I missed that! Dang it! Gosh, dang it!
I'm just imagining her trying to, like, eat popcorn with, like, a twisted hand like this, but, like, it's...
Oh, God.
Oh, Emma. Not as catchy.
Nope.
Anyways, but should we continue charades now? We're about to win. They're like, oh, wow. Our villain's origin story. I gotta process this. So anyway, who's want to play some more charades? It's like, well, that was weird. That was weird, but whatever. There was no time to lose. I gotta finally Princess Zelda. Wait, this isn't Ganon's lair. I'm in Liberty City. This is just like Philadelphia, but even more awful. Anyway, I'm guessing that Rosepop's citizen form, which I sort of understand, but seriously, that dark green does not go with the pink. Oh, right. Yeah, okay, I see what you mean. So there's like dark green outlines on like the bright pink trousers that Rosepop has, and also on the sleeves, like the outlines on the sleeves there. I'm not sure what that was in aid of, personally. Although I guess a lot of them have different outline sleeves. 3 of them have outlined black for sleeves, I think. Or one above, not quite sure. And then one is pink. Oh, I see. Sorry, one is pink and one's a different shade of pink, because I saw on Ebony Pop. Unless we win. Yeah, we talked about the contorted hand. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
We are closer, though. Oh, we will see about that. And there we go. So... I'm not gonna say too much, but I'm doing the clip for episode 10. So I think I said, I do need some more lines. Well, fantastic. You know, light a fire and send smoke signals outside of my window, and I'm sure I'll catch wind of it eventually. I'm kidding. I know to check your community post now, so I will look into that.
Oh my god, speaking of
there you go. See, you know what? See, she did show up eventually. It counts.
Yeah.
It really counts.
So, when were you going to tell me there was a villain couple with a child, and then they decided to make their own sort of tribe or whatever?
I mean, we sort of had a few bits and pieces of that before, because we did know about the 3 siblings and their parents, which I guess means that was one villain couple. I guess we weren't entirely sure about the other one, because I don't remember when we found out that Rigel was Celestia's son, and Nebula's, I suppose. I think we did find out about Nebula's, but yeah, that surprised me more actually.
I'm just in auto shock right now.
Why does that shock you so much? I mean, it's a surprise. Don't get me wrong, but I'm shocked it got you on like this level.
Because I didn't think they were that old enough to have children. They look so young. So I mean,
that's kind of the issue. That's sort of like a gacha drawback, honestly. I mean, I will say Celestia does look very well preserved, I suppose, but then again, she does seem to be a celestial being, so maybe she physically ages differently. She's like an elf or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
As for the cloaked master, well, he's under a cloak most of the time anyway. We don't really see what he looks like up most of the time. So yeah, that's sort of something. But yeah, like that kid's fully grown up as well. So that was the other thing. Okay, so yeah, I'm so that does fill in a few bits and pieces about this. Again, I would have, I guess, because the format of this, there was never any other way of getting around like the narration aspect of it, because obviously Karina wasn't born for most of this stuff. What I would have done maybe is like add a few more bits from Karina personally, because I know that she's worked with them in the past. I'm not sure how. I can't remember how connected she is to the Jazz Pops right now, apart from obviously, being an ally who is, undercover. That much I get. But, probably like a bit of like what it's like to grow up under this cult, essentially. From Karina's own perspective would have been nice. I do remember there was a flashback episode or like a flashback scene in another episode in season 1, I think, that was kind of like that. But yeah. Wouldn't have seen more of that other than just like background narration, I suppose. But the background narration itself wasn't bad or anything, because I mean, if people had forgotten about some of those details, like the fact that the Cloak Master used to be a bungler, then then there's that. But yeah, I didn't know like all of them left at the exact same time as each other.
Yeah.
And just like really crippling the ranks of the bunglers immensely, and leaving Dr. Kittens with just the idiots that found Tony TV, which I guess is why they never pulled off a plan similar to that of Blues Pops. That whole thing in the past, because I guess they just no longer had the brains behind that, including Dr. Ruin himself. So there you have it, I suppose. Also, wait, hold on, you've done some lines for Flower Pot? Hold on, Eli, do you have a voice-acted thing? But you've been asking for lines of people and stuff, and you haven't, like, told us yet? Just so you know, if you need any male musical numbers in the future that aren't just poisoning pigeons, then let me know.
Ooh. Gusuke, refer to my last message. I want to give Shosha the power to break the fourth wall. And what's your last message? Oh, I found it. I see it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're all running out of time as well. Wait, who are you? No, I'm shouted. What she is ruining the fourth wall. So that seems like an Emperor's New Groove bit, I think.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. Every time you give me lines, you give me more after this never-ending cycle. Oh, sorry, you meant like you have more lines for Eli to do, not to send to. Okay, got it. And yeah, it is kind of like that. For long projects, then it is like that particularly. I mean, I can guarantee that nobody who's signed up for the Mutant Girl in 2019, or even 2020 for that matter, because the 2019 people have mostly left by now, none of them knew that I was going to keep them for this long.
Wow.
So it's like every few months, I'm like, hey, remember me? I'm collecting more lines now. That's the ones I don't talk to on a regular basis, you know, like, but the ones that I do, then yeah, that's different. It is kind of like that sometimes. So what's the plan now? I'm asking both of both of us, you mean?
Well, if you're asking me, Jacob, I am just going to chill and watch some Ninjago because thanks to Manny, I've been wanting to watch a lot more Ninjago, try to catch up. I was like, you know what? I was like, you know what? Screw you, Manny. You were in the best song in the world. I'm going to listen to the awesome song and watch the best show ever. And you know what? I also had a shower idea, and I've been talking to Aiden, so we might have something after Crypto Let's just say.
Fair enough.
All you need to know is magic and ninjas. That's all you need to know. No, actually, a better way to say it. Ninjago, Harry Potter. That's all you need to know.
I'm listening.
It so needs a lot, like, you know, detailed debates and stuff like that. We still figuring things out, but yeah, I was like just showering, like la 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 la. What about Ninjago and Harry Potter, like magic ninjas? I haven't seen that. Oh.
You're a ninja, Barry. The main character's name is Barry. For
I'm a what?
A ninja and a thumping good, and I wager once you train up a bit. Here, catch! Ah! Sorry about that. I thought some natural reflexes would have kicked in. I should have done that. There's this YouTuber who has done a series of sketches with the PS1 characters and like just done PS1 sketch. I think I might have sent you a couple of these, but in that series, Hagrid just the absolute worst. So that's what I was thinking of there. I'm pretty sure at some point it was like, listen, Harry, I need you to help me bury 13 students. 13? What happened? Well, Buckbeak got out, you see.
Oh my god!
Why were you not watching him? Well, I was hungry. But he ate 30 people. Well, he was hungry. It's alright, they were awful pups. No one miss. One of those. Yeah. Let me just... I think this one's being taken care of, honestly. Maybe not, you know, terrible Hagrid, but, you know, the rest of that stuff.
Magic ninjas, yes. I'm just putting in like the final touches.
I see. I'm now picturing Sensei Snape. Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
This will be a light sparring session. You will begin when I indicate so. On your marks. Get set. Professor, everyone left. Silence! Okay.
Oh god.
Clearly, we have some stuff to talk about after this. If it's Harry Potter related, I might want to get in on that, honestly. All right, let's briefly go over that, and then we'll let you watch some Ninjago. So everyone else, please either like or dislike, because your opinion matters. Don't done already. 36, but last year there were 37 exactly. But
yes, let's go.
All right, on that note, and